Welcome to my cooking with
K2CJ.
Bon appetit! Biftek, Hache à la Lyonnaise. So today we're doing a French version of an American classic. So in Julia Child's cookbook, she has some recipes for hamburgers. So we're gonna do a special fancy hamburger. And we pronounced them earlier.
So we need an all-purpose cast iron pan. We need nutmeg. We're grinding it up with a microplane. You can use ground nutmeg, pre-ground nutmeg. And this is ground beef.
And our ground beef is pasture-raised, grass-fed, good ground beef.
So thyme, chives, basil and parsley, salt and pepper, onion, butter, lemon, and heavy whipping cream and a cutting board.
Biftek hache à la lyonnaise. Biftek hache à la lyonnaise.
So
The transition here is hard.
Is it biftek
Biftek
hache
à la Lyonnaise.
Lyonnaise?
Biftek à la Russe.
Cook onions slowly in the butter for about 10 minutes until very tender but not brown. Place in a mixing bowl.
Okay, so we need a quarter of a cup of minced onions. So we're going to cut up this is a sweet onion, which I prefer to use sweet onions. I just feel they have good flavor and they're not quite as crying worthy. So anyway, peel off our onion, peel the outer layers off. And we're going to chop it up, mince it. So mincing means, finely chopped. And I always get elected to do the onion because they don't want to fry.
You don't fry with sweet onions.
Well, you can. I mean, I can feel it a little bit. And I go slow when I do a small mince, just because I'm not a professional chop.
Going fast.
I can go faster with, see right here?
How many tablespoons?
So each little thing is a tablespoon. So 1, 2. So we need 2 tablespoons. So about,
Teamwork.
Gotta get all the butter. So we are really lucky to live where we live because we can get all farm fresh products. We have a lot of farms around here, farmers who raise beef. That's where this came from. We have people who raise their own eggs, grow their own vegetables, like within a very short drive from here. So it's great. All right, so we have our onion and butter in the bowl. And we're gonna Kitty's gonna put the meat in there. So we're chopping up, we have fresh thyme that we're gonna use. Came right out of my little herb garden. Doesn't that smell good?
Smells so good.
All right, so that's gonna go in. Pull the rest of those little leaves off here. All right, here goes our thyme. We need 1.5 teaspoons of salt, 1 1.5. Okay.
shock is the reaction of some Americans we have encountered who learn that real French people living in France eat hamburgers. They do eat.
What is vigorous for you, Charlotte?
Not what I'm doing. It's like hard to mix because I don't want to dump everything out. This is hot.
So we're gonna dip this lightly in the flour. That's about as light as I can do it.
Spoon of butter.
And we want moderately high heat. Really, if you put oil in with butter, if you mix the two, it'll keep the butter from burning. And it gives it a good flavor too. It just has a little bit different flavor than using all oil or all butter. Okay, so we want moderately high heat, so we want it to foam up a little bit so we know it's hot. And you can make sure there's the salt coating the whole bottom of the pan. So I didn't want flour on my burger, so I'm going to put that right there so we know where it is. And I'm going to put the burgers. And actually it says 2 to 3 minutes per side, depending on how you like it done. So I'm going to cook. I have another baking dish in the oven that's warming, so it'll be warm when the burgers go on it.
And then all the way cooked through.
So we cook these about just a little over 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes. On each side. We all like them rare, so we're going to flip them without, So these are just about done. The timer just went off. So I'm going to take these out and put them on the hot tray in the oven. The oven is not on, but these will continue to cook, so let's get them out of here. We all like them rare. Put them on here. So we're going to leave those in the oven. About 1/4 cup, Charlotte, so pour and I'll tell you when to start.
We already poured the grease.
Yes, we poured the grease off the pan. It's going to go. Keep going. Good. And then that's got to cook off and cook down to like a syrup.
Remember, like the syrup.
So we get all the coagulated pan stuff, all the remnants of cooking the meat. And then that's got to just cook off. You can just let it cook. All right, let's turn the heat off for a minute. And we're going to add 2/3 cup of whipping cream, heavy whipping cream.
Do I just dump it in?
Yeah, we'll just eyeball it. We'll wing it.
Everything is heavy
We need
whipping
a
cream
little more.
and butter.
Maybe a little bit more. It's the way the French roll. Heavy cream and butter all the way into it. Boil it down.
It's getting really thick.
Let it go a little longer. It's going to be like our chicken that we did with the cream sauce.
So you squeeze about half a lemon, right? Into a bowl.
We're going to cut up some fresh herbs from out of my herb garden. And one of the ways you can do basil or anything that's a leaf is called chiffonade. And so you roll them up together and then you slice them. And that's called a chiffonade. And then your basil is ready to put in when we get to that part of the recipe. And then we're going to do some parsley. I like a lot of herbs. So, and then we've got some chives. Okay, we have to taste it to see how much salt and pepper we might add. I don't think it needs any salt. That's good. So we're gonna add some freshly grated nutmeg. I like to grate it myself. I just think it is a better flavor. One of the things that's interesting about nutmeg is when you use just a little bit, just don't cut your knuckles on that, okay? When you use just a little bit, it's a wonderful flavor enhancer. I love the flavor of nutmeg. But if you eat too much of it, it's actually a hallucinogenic. So you have to just be careful not to eat too much nutmeg, but just the small amount we're using here, we don't need to worry about it. That looks good.
So we're gonna pour half of this little bit of lemon juice into the sauce.
And we could always taste it again and see if we want more. We could add more if we want more.
Does that look like half?
We're gonna put it all in. Go ahead, it's not that much.
Alright, we're putting it all in.
There we go.
The sauce looks served. 2 tablespoons.
2 tablespoons of butter, more butter. And then we're gonna put our herbs in there. So let me scooch in there, please. So here go our chopped up herbs. And that's gonna all get stirred around. It's looking good. It looks real good today.
Yes, it does. The French uses a lot of butter. Oh, Jack's here.
He doesn't miss a good meal. Excited to eat. Do you smell it?
So outside.
How's it smell?
Good.
What are our reactions?
It's really good.
It's delicious. Okay, Kitty.
This is really good. It's hot.
The French know how to eat burgers.
It's